We're back.
You gonna talk? Today, Junior. Like a fat girl at prom, just glad to be here.
All right, Kelby.
Reva's flipping her shit over there.
All right, Kelby. Quit. We're for real this time.
Are we now?
What are your plans for this year?
Track-wise?
Yes.
Go to Peyton Taylor's Clash on the Coast in February and March. That'll be a week-long event. Northwest Florida, I think it is, and then Southern Raceway. Then we'll come back from there and we'll go to Batesville to the Spring Nationals if we're not planting corn or beans. Then we'll hit some weekly shows and run the big shows around here that's IMCA. We raced at 9 tracks last year. We'll try to expand on that this year.
And what do we have cool things coming, like sponsorship-wise?
We got Swift Springs this year. We've been talking to Dirt Car Lift, MSD, and we got a couple more things in the works.
So 2 years ago, whenever I first started coming around racing, you didn't think that you could ever reach out and get the sponsorships or communication with people that you have. What made you decide that this year you wanted to try to do that?
Because with racing nowadays, you have to have social media involved.
And Josh?
Yep.
What are you doing this year?
I'll be driving the second car.
The second car? What do you plan, track-wise?
I'll probably run Harrisburg and Batesville, mainly Batesville. And follow Kelby at them tracks, and we'll race out of the same trailer and just learn.
Have you ever raced before is the better question.
This is my first.
Are you nervous?
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you.
What's the biggest thing that you think you need to learn?
Entry and throttle control.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Kelby, what do you want to do differently this year?
Patience.
Do what?
What do you want to do differently this year?
Run more consistent. We was having consistent upfront finishes towards the end of the year, but we started off slow at the beginning of the year. So we really need to get more consistent throughout the year.
What about our YouTube goals? What do you think?
Video more and make as much content as we possibly can. Try to be involved in the whole social media deal more than we have been being.
What about you, Josh? What are some things you think we could work on in YouTube? Since you are one of the voices in this video and faces.
Definitely more filming, more footage of in shop and at the track. Definitely more footage at the track, and which this year we should have a lot more footage, especially with 2 cars running.
Yep.
Anything else you want to add, Kelby?
We just need to do more filming in the shop and filming during the race night between races. Instead of just saying how we done and where we start, we need to be filming more between races, when we're working on the car, when we're making adjustments.
Macy, what did we get you for Christmas? Your own what?
Camera?
So we might have Macy and Maddox footage in our videos?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Why did we choose to run 2 cars?
Well, Josh has never raced before. We have the car. We have 90% of the parts it takes to put the car together, because it's my old car that I ran 15 through 21 in. So it's going to allow him the opportunity to make some laps and learn and see what he thinks about it. And it's going to grow our racing program a little bit. You know, we're going to step out to 2 cars.
Speaking of Josh, we never told anybody how Josh got here to be with the Rock Racing crew. Your crazy self, my crazy self. So, how did you get here, Josh?
Well, it was just a cold winter night. And, didn't have much to do in this small town in winter. I heard about Kelby and them racing and all that, and I figured I'd come down here and check it out.
And he never left.
Never left, and I've been around racing most of my life myself, and now I get the opportunity to learn and have fun and help expand the team and all that. And that's how I got here.
Yeah, and just so y'all know, this whole little gung-ho happy talker used to not talk at all down here.
No,
He would just sit and listen to every conversation, never say a word.
Yeah.
So we broke him out of the shell the right way. What are some of the dates?
I had to get my laptop here.
Okay, and since you have it on your laptop, when are you going to post it for the community to see?
We're still waiting on some tracks to release their schedules. As soon as a couple more tracks release their schedules, we'll be posting ours. This does not include weekly races. This is strictly bigger shows. We'll be at Northwest Florida, February 26th, 27th, and 28th. We'll be at Southern Raceway in Milton, Florida, March 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. March 24th and 25th, we'll be at Batesville Motor Speedway for the Arkansas Spring Nationals. May 6th, we'll be at Batesville for the Bad Boy 98, which is a Comp Cam Super Dirt Car Series race that we're a class for. June 17th, we'll be at Lexington 104 Speedway for the Working Man Twin 30s in Tennessee.
We've never been there before.
No, that'll be a new track. July 15th, we'll be at Batesville. And then in August 18th and 19th, we'll be at Batesville for the Topless 100, which is a Lucas Oil late model event. And then we'll be at the Race for Hope, farm pending, depends on harvest, October 13th through 14th at Batesville also. But we're still waiting on 2 to 3 tracks or more to release a schedule on some big events, and then we'll be able to release ours finally.
Hopefully Topless 100 goes better for us than it did this year.
I hope.
Because certain driver, not going to name any names, went off the track twice.
Yeah. How do you build a track with a wall all the way around it with 3 holes in the wall, and I go through 2 of them in one weekend?
Better driver. Anyway, when will we get the...
We might let Jeff drive.
No. Sorry, Jeff. I love you if you're watching, but no. When will we get to see a first look at the 2023 wrap?
Raptor Designs is currently working on that. We got a picture of the proof today, but we're making a few minor tweaks to it, and then we'll be releasing that.
Are we keeping the 2 cars the same color scheme?
It is a possibility. Possibility, the only thing different could be the numbers.
And those numbers are 1 and 2, right?
ONE and TWO.
Right. What about merch?
Raptor Designs is working on that. We'll have that with us for the Florida races.
Are we going to put both cars on the merch or just the one?
Probably going to put both of them on there. If they both have the same design, then they will both definitely be on the same t-shirt.
What about future merch that you would like to have? Like dog shirts, hats.
If we have enough people wanting it, we'll get it. Just right now, if we have enough people wanting hoodies and hats and stuff like that, then we'll get with Tyson and get it ordered.
Where can we buy it?
Message us on Facebook or come by the trailer at the races, or you can, if you're local, you can swing by the race car shop.
Who is the hardest worker on the team, and why is it summer?
Depends on the day.
Honest answer besides that.
Because
Who do
you're
you
the
think-
one that does 90% of the YouTube editing. But she will not get on camera, but she'll do the editing part of it.
That's the hardest part.
I'd rather be on camera than edit any day of the week.
Josh, who do you think is the hardest worker?
I don't know. I mean, you got to put up with both of us. I mean, so,
And you have to put up with Eddie and Randy.
I would honestly say that Josh is the hardest worker, but Kelby does work hard whenever. No. Top 3 racetracks of all time. What are your favorites?
Ones that are still open or ones that are closed?
Either or, you can book them all together if you want.
Well, if all the tracks in Arkansas that I'd raced at was still open, it'd be 64 Speedway at Augusta, BB Speedway, and Batesville. But BB and Augusta are bulldozers. So I'm gonna have to go with probably Batesville, West Plains, and then Harrisburg.
Josh, what are your top 3?
since I haven't raced, but going would have to be Batesville, is definitely the top one. I'm an I-30 fan.
I only got to race there one time, so
We did pretty good there.
I like the track. We done good there that night. I only got to run there one time.
I hate it closed. You know, I mean, it was a good still local track we could go to.
Yep.
I do wish we had a lot more chances to go there, you know, more times, but circumstances didn't allow it. But my third one, I'd almost have to say Riverside, because that's where I grew up around. And
He likes that baby oil.
it's yeah, you know it. But no, it's it used to be a real tacky track, and now it's turned more dry slick, and it's just a fun track to watch. And I may make a show there a time or two at Riverside, and go with it.
So, you can see the car in the background of the video. What all have y'all done so far? Briefly. I don't need a whole diary. And what do y'all have planned left to do?
That. On Josh's car or on my car?
Well, that's the only car you can see in the background.
Today we got the decking off. We got the rear bearings put in today. We got the rear end hung. We're gonna hopefully roll it out tomorrow and get it cleaned up and ready to start. We gotta do a little bit to it. Then motor wise, we're a little ways from that right now.
When are you gonna try to have the first night?
The goal is Batesville's play day in March 18th, I think it is.
It is.
My goal is to have it ready and rolling and running and touch that dirt.
Yep, March 18th is their play day.
That's the goal for the car for now.
And Batesville switched Saturday night too.
Yep.
So we don't have many Friday night tracks this year to race at.
Kelby, from one racer to another newcomer racer, what are some tips and advice that you'll give him before he goes out in March?
Buy a notebook, write everything down in it, and when people that have won a lot of races are around you, sit down and shut up.
That's what I do anyways, because I like to learn and I like to soak it all in.
Honestly, to shout out one of a good racer that's local to us that we know, that Kelby knows really well, would be Peyton Taylor. What did he say to you that changed our whole racing mindset, mentality, made Kelby
He asked me
pay attention?
He asked me what my left rear load number was at I-30 last year, and I didn't know it. And he said, if you don't know that number, pack your stuff and go home. Now I know that number.
And he knows a lot more than that number.
Yeah, I can tell you that number in my sleep if I need to.
But I honestly think that was the best piece of advice that we got as a racing team.
As far as note taking.
As far as note taking and just knowing your car. Because if you don't know your car, we found out this year that you can't get anywhere, really.
No. Which, I mean, we knew that, but we are not the best at taking notes like we need to.
No. But ever
at
since
all.
that little saying, you've really...
I can tell you down to the fraction of what that left rear load is.
So thanks, Peyton, if you're watching. Any other advice besides the notebook and sitting back and shutting up? Like driving wise.
Driving wise?
Yeah. So we've got the videos down, we have the note taking, knowing your car down, sitting down, shutting up. But as a driver, what could you recommend for him to know?
Follow somebody on track. Somebody that races that track regularly, knows the line and is always faster. Get on YouTube, watch videos of them running. When you're on the track with them, try to imitate their line. I mean, that helps more than anything. Robbie Arnold taught me how to get around Harrisburg, and he didn't even know it. I was just looking at his rear bumper.
What do you think?
That's my plan, is on these play days, get behind either Kelby or Jeff Taylor or whoever I can get in front of me that, you know, runs local there, and just follow and do my best to hold it straight.
What is one of y'all's favorite memories of any race that we raced in last year?
Running third at Batesville for some reason.
The first time you ran?
First time ever at that track, and we run third. And we started 12th, run third.
I'll say it. I can agree with that one.
Yeah.
But
I mean, winning at Harrisburg, yeah, but
that was great.
first,
But my ultimate favorite was last year at Milton, Florida.
yeah.
Besides the motor issue on a brand new crate, that was a whole ordeal. But that ultimate experience down there in that sandy type of track, it was a new experience. You know, you learned a lot. And you did learn. You better bring enough tires too.
Yes.
That sand is kind of rough on them tires.
That's like a side grinder on them tires.
I don't think we YouTubed that, did we?
No.
That was
It is really nice leaving here. Like last year we left, we had to drive 35 mile an hour all the way to Memphis. But
'Cause
when
it
we got
snowed
to,
and ice.
Yeah, it was snow and ice. But then we got to Florida and we was in t-shirt and shorts all weekend. So now we're going for, what did we get to Airbnb for? 8 nights?
Yeah, I think so.
So we'll leave on the 25th of February and we'll come back on the 5th of March.
We're leaving the 24th.
24th or 25th?
24th is the Friday I get out of school.
Yeah, we leave the 24th and we'll be back on the 5th.
And see, I've only been around this group for
That
maybe
was-
a month, if that.
First race ever with us and we load
And
up
we
and go
take
9
off.
hours.
It was fun though. I think that was one of my favorite tracks
It
and
was.
racing experiences. You know, it was fun.
Yep.
It was what started what we've done last year, I feel like. Like, we got the opportunity to travel more and get more people on board with going to different races and not just staying local.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with our local tracks, but we just got the opportunity to do more.
I like going
Going
to
down
different
there.
tracks. I don't like racing at the same track every single week. I'd rather, instead of racing 30 nights a year and running the same track, if we have to, I'd rather cut back to 15 nights a year and race 15 tracks.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather run different tracks.
Yeah, I agree. And I may tag along a little more on outskirts, you know, from home later in the season. We'll see how
You
that. But yeah, y'all may see me venture out to a few more different tracks later in the season. We'll just see how things go.
Here's a fun question. Who's the easiest to wake up in the morning, Josh or Kelby?
I'd probably say me.
We have a picture to prove that. If someone wants to link that in the YouTube video, we have a picture to prove that from Milton last year. Y'all will get a kick out of that.
If y'all are around us, my only advice is watch where you put your feet. Because them cables on the doors, they will get you.
You're the only person that
You're
fell
only
over the
one all
cable.
year that fell on that cable.
Well,